Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today you're going to be going into vectr.com and creating a new file, and in this new file we're going to create a bunch of triangles. So go down here to more shapes and we're going to choose the triangle, and if you hold down shift, no, that's not true, never mind. Yeah, just create a triangle, it doesn't really matter. About that size, and you can change the color to whatever color you like. There's my triangle. Now we're going to take this triangle and we're going to make some copies of it. So with Control C, Control V, just make a row of them, about 9. You can use the alignment tools. You can see how those pop up so that you can make sure everything is in alignment. I could actually select all 3 at the same time by just dragging a box around them. So there we go. Alright, now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make some changes to these triangles, and to do that we need to double click on each of them to make our changes. So double click on a triangle to change it, to modify it. So if I double click here, you can see that all these little white dots appear. And those little white dots right there, they allow us to bend the triangle, kind of pull it in. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab one of those, click and drag, but I want you to hold down shift. And you'll see that now this will happen to all 3 corners. So that's what we're left with. Kind of like a yield sign. But this even more so if we shrink it down a little. Okay, well, let's do the same thing here. Double click, and you now have access to these anchor points, and these anchor points can be moved. So we'll take these anchor points and we'll just bring them in towards the center. We get kind of like a ninja star type of thing. So again, just double click and then you can move. Let's double click on this one. Now for this, we're going to round the corners a little bit different than we did here, and we're going to do that by just double clicking on them. We get that type of triangle. Let's do that again. Double click on each of these corners. But now we're going to change it up a little bit. Let's double click on these guys as well. You'll see that you kind of get this smooth, kind of shark tooth looking thing. So we have a triangle, we have a yield sign, we got like a ninja star, we got Patrick, we have a shark tooth. Let's say we wanted to make this shark tooth a little bit. Let's do the shark tooth again, but we're going to make it sharp on the top. So we're going to double click on each of these dots. But now on the top here, take these little lines right here, these handles, shrink them down. To the, something like that. So now we have like a sharp shark tooth. Let's go down here, double click on these. And then I want you to click on these ones and delete them by hitting the delete key. You may have to do Control Delete on a Chromebook, but I'm not sure. Okay, so now we have this guitar pick kind of looking thing. Let's do another one. Double click. Let's get rid of these guys. And then double click on these corners. And now we're going to do kind of like a reverse triangle We're going to squeeze these guys out really big. And I'm going to shrink this entire shape. Yeah, now this really does look like a guitar pick. So again, my handles look like this. Really fat. And on this last one, we're going to delete these corners. I mean, sorry, the inner ones by just clicking on them and hitting delete or control delete. Double click on these edges. And this time, if we hold down shift, well, let's hold down control. Take this, and you can bend one of them without affecting the other. Now this only works if you hold down control. So I'll double click, or I'll click on, I already clicked on this one, and then I'll do control. Actually, let's go this way. And then I'll take this one, and once again, go 90 degrees. So if all of them kind of look like long L's, and maybe I'll make them all. Again, you have to hold down control, pointing that direction. No, I got that one wrong. Anyway, you can get a pretty cool looking shape by doing that. I don't know. You get the idea. So again, that's done with control. So if we double click on a triangle to change it, shift control on a point. No, double click on a point on an anchor point to round it. And then we can also say that you click on a point and hit delete. Or maybe control delete to remove it. And is there anything else we need to know? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and hold down control. Hold control while moving anchor point to make a corner. So your assignment for today is to create each of these shapes. And when you're done, instead of this text box right here, I would like you to instead put your name. So with the text tool, just write your name. And when you're done, you're going to export this as a PNG or JPEG. JPEG is probably easiest for me because it's small. And then download it. And then that's the assignment that you're going to submit to Classroom. Make sure that you're logged into your account before you start doing this. That way it'll save your work. So don't forget to, again, log in right here and log in with Google. Thanks, guys.